Welcome to a new episode of Vyapar, a show where we explore the journeys of entrepreneurs and the businesses that they've built. I'm your host Sid, and with me today is Rishi Nanda, a corporate trainer who uses his learnings from Indian epics and the ancient history of India and all other cultures to teach people, improve individuals. And he's an amazing guy because when I first spoke to him, my initial conversation with him, I was just blown away by his story, how he got into corporate training, how he started out. And I'm pretty sure that, he is at the top at what he's doing. He is one of the best storytellers I've ever come across. So, Rishi, welcome to the show. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you, Siddharth. Thank you so much. It's really, the pleasure is all mine. Thank you. And thank you for inviting me for this talk. I'm really looking forward for it. Thank you.
Yeah. And for people who are listening, Rishi, could you just give a little bit of introduction about what you do and, what's your background and what corporate training and what other services are you currently engaged in? A bit about that.
Sure. So just to give you a brief, what we do is I'm born and brought up in Mumbai, and I was in corporate for 8-9 years, heading ICICI Bank and then Bajaj Finance for personal loan department, the sales Mumbai division. And then 2014 is when I started to deep dive into training. And last 7 years, we have been to training. God has been really kind. For last 7 years, we have done more than 800 workshops, physically traveled 50 plus cities in India, and interacted with more than 20,000 plus participants. We are into sales. We are into behavioral, we are into motivational talk, we are into outbound, we are into team building. We also have trainers empaneled with us across India, because a lot of time clients have, on the same day, they want multiple trainings. And apart from that, I specialize in Indian epics. I specialize taking sessions on Indian epics. And I love stories, because I believe that whenever anyone attends a training, any training, no one remembers the technical point, no one remembers the PPT. What they remember the stories, examples, activities, and lesson that takes place. And I like to share stories, because it's from a third person perspective. You can explain them what is going on. They can empathize, they can understand. And it has been a great, honestly, I didn't even imagine that last 7 years would have been so great, but it's phenomenal. So yeah, so that's what we do in a nutshell. So, and we cater to all, we cater to kids also. We get most of our work, 95% of our work are corporates, but then we also do for associations like Rotary, Lions, Young Indians, couple of BNIs we have done, so we get invited at various forums as a, keynote speaker or motivational speaker. So we do that as well. We also do for senior citizens. We have also got a program for women empowerment. So we are spread across on various aspects, but all those things that we do, everything is based on stories. And most of them are based on the stories from Indian epics. But it's not that that we don't we don't do anything beyond epics. We do that obviously, but so it's like how a trainer would specialize in NLP, how a trainer would specialize in emotional intelligence, how a trainer would specialize in MBTI. So I specialize in Indian epics. So yeah, that's it.
And I'm pretty sure that everyone loves a good story. Like who doesn't love a good story, right? If you can just go out there and tell a good story, a captivating story, then and if the story also has certain lessons from it, then it's just an added advantage. So my question to you is, how did you get into corporate training? And was there a particular moment in your life when you sort of thought that this is, like you told me you were doing a job with ICICI Bank and then Bajaj Finance, but what was the tipping point, or what was a inflection point in your life when you just left all of that and then got into corporate training?
So I'll tell you, Siddharth, I do not have a story, where I would say that I was not happy with my job. I was frustrated with my job. No, there was nothing like this. I was really doing good. I was enjoying my job. Whatever phase I've been in life, I really enjoyed it. At 30, I was heading Bombay, and probably if I would have continued, I would have been in a corporate ladder. I would have been a good space as well. But then what happened was 2011 was a turning point. And why do I say that? Because 2011, my daughter was born on 9th April. And the moment I held her, I was in the hospital, and the first time I ever held, my daughter, it was in the operation theater, and I just looked at her, and the first thing that came to my mind is, what do I give this girl beyond money? Because that thought really, and it got on to me, that what do I give this girl beyond money? I really don't know why that thought came to me. I really don't understand, because I never gave, I was not worried about, being a father, what will I do and how will I, so nothing, but just the thought came that, Rishi, what do you give this girl beyond money? पैसा दे देगा, पैसे के अलावा आप क्या करोगे? क्या दे सकते हो उसको? And so obviously, and then, I was going to work as usual, but that question, I guess somewhere did not leave me. It was badly stuck, and you can also call it started haunting me also at night also, while relaxing, while playing with her and everything. The question, like, what do you give this girl beyond money? And I think after 6 months of obsession, or thought process, or whatever you want to call it, finally I got an answer that I want to give a belief system. I want to give my daughter a belief system that she can chase a dream. जो वो सपना देखती है उसको पाने की, वो उसके अंदर वो चाहत होनी चाहिए, वो पाने के अंदर उसके अंदर वो करेज होना चाहिए. And I think that if I give her a belief system that you can chase your dream, probably she does not even need my money. Probably she doesn't need anything from our side, because the people will take her places rather than the money that we might save for her. But then the question was, when she grows up, she would turn around and tell me that, Papa, what have you done? You've done nothing, and you're telling me not to get into the corporate life and do something. And I also thought that, I don't want to give her an example of, let's say, like a Sachin Tendulkar or a Yuvraj Singh. They excelled because they chased their dream. And the way the kids say, I think even when they're 10, 12, they would have told me, you're telling me to think big. What have you done in life? So, and that moment I decided to quit my job. And I just put down my papers. I didn't tell anyone at my home. I didn't even tell my wife. I didn't consult with anyone. I just put down my papers because I believe in a philosophy. Over analysis leads to paralysis. I know a lot of people, who want to quit their job, and then they say कि मैं 6 months के बाद 1 साल के बाद छोड़ूंगा, इतना पैसा कमा लूंगा, ये कर लूंगा, फिर करूंगा. Now, because of so much calculation that a person has, and this is just my thoughts, that so much calculation a person has, probably after 1 year the responsibility increases, the financial burden increases. So probably they're not in a position to quit, So I just quit my job then and there only. And 3 months notice period. And I didn't tell my family, I didn't tell my wife, I didn't tell anyone, in fact, at my home, that I quit my job. The entire notice period I used to go, cater, come back, kuch ho gaya. But one day, it was my last day. So one day prior to that, I sat with Tifa and I told her, that, I've quit my job. And, and she's like, wow, so, what's in your hand? She said, like, you're doing good. You're just at 30, you're a city head, you're ahead. And in Bombay, and, Bajaj is a nice paymaster. Yeah. So I said, I understand. But, there's something I want to, share with you. I said that today I'm 30, and probably the decision I'm taking, it's going to be really tough. It's really tough that I can't even imagine how tough it's going to be. But today I think, age is on my side. Energy is on my side. I got the courage to face the world. Whatever setback we will face, I've got time to fight, because and today my child is small, our children are small. Tomorrow when she grows up, I don't think so I'll have that courage to quit a job, when my daughter, and later on we had a son also, when they're like 13, 14, I don't think so I'll be able to do that, because the financial burden, responsibility will be too much on us. So I think if it's now or never, and I told her that I'm very vulnerable right now, मुझे बहुत डर लग रहा है, because I stay in a joint family and we're like 14 of us who stay together. And I said, अभी घर के आगे भी पापा को बोलना है, मम्मा को बोलना है, and my elder brother is like my father only to me. I said मुझे भी उनको जाके भी बोलना है. But if you can support me, if you can stand next to me, I told her name is Mehak. I told her, Mehak, I'll pull it off. Just don't ask me what I am going to pull off, by when I'm going to pull it off, how I'm going to pull it off. One thing is sure, I'll pull it off, and a day will come, you'll be really happy and proud about it. But if you are, because what happened, I voluntarily choose not to work. And we're staying in a joint family, and obviously my family is very loving, very conducive environment is there. So typical Bollywood scene नहीं होगा कि तेरा पति नहीं कमाता है, तू ये करती है, ऐसा कुछ होने वाला है नहीं. So, but then the guilt will be there, that your husband has chosen at the age of 30 not to earn, so that guilt will be with you. You are going to suffer more than me emotionally, and all those things. And I don't think so I'll be, able to do anything about it. And on the other hand, you have to handle yourself. You have to handle the child, and you have to handle the home, because I might go out, try to search, try to meet people, try to interact, try to figure out what I want to do. So it's going to be a very tough road, for me, but it's going to be tougher for you. So you take a call whether you can support me or no. And in case you feel that you cannot do, मेरे को कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, मेरे को लिख के दे दो कि मुझे जिंदगी में अब कभी मेरी ऋषि तूने कुछ उखाड़ा नहीं जिंदगी में, मतलब
Yeah.
गिव इन राइटिंग टुडे, बोला टुडे आई हैव द करेज बट आई एम रियली वंडरफुल, आई नीड योर सपोर्ट, जस्ट सपोर्ट मी फॉर वन नाइट टू नाइट एंड आई विल पुल इट ऑफ। एंड मुझे लगा कि मुझे बहुत ऐसे लेक्चर मिलेगा, बट वो तो मतलब जैसे मेटाफटर में कहते हैं ना, झांसी की रानी निकली, मेरे से ज्यादा तो जिगर उसमें निकला। शी सेड कि कुछ नहीं होता है, we'll write our own book, so it's okay, let's do it, जो होगा देखा जाएगा। And she said, I'll support you only on one condition. I said, what? She said, you take as much time you want, but you will pull it off. You'll not give up in between. I will go through what I want to, and I'll support you the way you expect. But you will not ever, come and tell me that I want to quit. So now, after this moment, quitting is not an option for you. I said, yeah, that's a fair point.
So your family supported you, but after that, what was the plan? Because you quit your job, but you did not have any like particular set of plan or something like that. So how was that process? Like how you spent a lot of time finding out that right fit, isn't it?
True. So what happens now, honestly, family support you if you are clear what you want to do. See, you have to understand, if I tell my father that I want to do this, so probably he'll support me. But the next day when I went out, I came from my office and I told dad, mom, they all were sitting. I said that, today was my last day at Bajaj. So obviously, naturally, the next question came, Acha, kal se kidhar ja raha hai? I said, I don't know. He's like, what do you mean? I said, I genuinely don't know. And he's like, what is wrong with you? How can you take such a decision without telling us? You should have thought over it. I said, if I would have thought, I would not have quit, because I understand the logical and the rational discussion that we are going to have. But I think it's like something I need to take head on right now. And what happened in the banking industry, we used to work till like 12:30, 1 o'clock at night. Sundays are also working for, so it's because I was in the loan side. So time bhi nahi milta kuch sochne ka. So I said that I need time to think. He's like, you need to think what you're doing. I said, yeah, that's okay, but I need time to think, what I want to do. So he said, okay. Obviously, because see, there are 3 sons he has. And if the one child says that I don't want to work, probably what, example, he's setting it for the other children, कि तुम लोग भी काम मत करो. So it's a very, so everyone was right from their perspective, So I don't, say that they were wrong, the way they handled that situation. So I was sure, and I was expecting a lot of, a typical drama to take place, and that did take place. But they were right from their perspective because, it's like the son walking up and saying, मुझे काम नहीं करना है. So then next day morning I got up and I was sitting and he's like, क्या कर रहा है? बोला मैं सोच रहा हूँ. वो तो तू यहाँ पे बैठ के सोचता रहेगा full day भी. But I really don't know. I said I'm lost. So he said, do one thing. So we got a family business. We are wholesalers. We are of upholstery, curtains and all. So my dad, my elder brother, my younger brother, so they all go there. So he said, hey, come, sit at home. There's no point. Till the time you figure out, or something like this. So you have to come to office. So हमारा तो office है. And it's a very simple job, Siddharth, what my family is into. So we are wholesalers. आता है माल, हमको order बेचना है. And obviously, a lot of back-end process and takes place over there. But I couldn't even do a single job correct over there. Not even a single task. It's like he would tell me that he'll say ki pen, pick up from this table and keep it inside. Probably also bhi gadbad kar do. Because I was day by day, I was thinking, what am I supposed to do? Most frustrating part of my life. It was one of the toughest phases of my life. It was an amazing emotional journey. Like I used to, you'll not believe, but I used to just sit and I used to start crying. I used to howl. I used to get frustrated. My health starting a toll. Emotionally, I was getting drained. Physically, I was getting tired because there was only one question that I was asking myself 24/7. What am I supposed to do? I really don't understand what will give me happiness, what will give me the satisfaction.
Because you took a leap of faith, right? You took a big leap of faith, and then every day that went by, the pressure was mounting on you because you had told your family that I'm gonna pull something off, but what are you gonna pull off? There was no plan, right? And every passing day it became more difficult. So
correct,
I can understand.
It was day by day, it was becoming tough, and obviously, the pressure was mounting. And by the time, just to add, so 2014, we had another child also. So it was getting tougher for me to, have 2 kids, not earning a single penny and still trying to figure it out. Though I'm going to office, doing nothing over there, couldn't add any value. And then what happened, one day my dad sent me to there's a place called Vashi, it's outskirts of Mumbai over there. And over there, near the Vashi station in Orbit, I was told to go and meet a client of his, and I went over there. But the client that day, when I called the client, he said, beta, I'm stuck very badly at VT. So that's the other end of Mumbai. He said मुझे आते कम से कम 2 घंटे लग जाएंगे, and if you want you can come tomorrow. So I was there like 4:30 in the evening. I said, no, sir, it's okay. You take your time because I've got all the stuff from Bhiwandi. Then I have to go Powai, then come back tomorrow. So it's okay. I'll chill over here. I said okay. Now I went to that in orbit over there. In orbit there was crossword, and when I entered crossword, I thought let me kill time. Let me read something. But I don't know what happened. So when I entered crossword, I saw Bhagavad Gita CD, Anup Jalota. I don't get into impulse purchase ever because I've had bad experiences. I buy and I don't use it. So for years and years, I was never into impulse purchase. I used to sleep over my thought and then decide whether I want to buy or no. But I don't know what happened. I couldn't, resist myself from buying it. I said, "Mujhe chahiye ye le le." And I asked the person over there, is it in Sanskrit or Hindi? He said, "I don't know." I said, "But can you check?" So, yeah, but I'm not able to figure it out. I said, "Joega, it's okay." I don't know why the CD is attracting me a lot. Now I purchased that CD. It's a very beautiful CD. It's actually a song that takes place between Krishna and Arjun, and it's 90 to 95 minutes. The entire Bhagavad Gita is summarized over there in a very simple Hindi language. Now over there, I started listening to that CD every day. So I stayed Powai, I used to go to Bhiwandi and coming back. And whenever I was building, I used to listen to that entire CD. Every day I used to listen to that entire Bhagavad Gita. And over a period of time, I think for a couple of months, I used to keep listening to that CD. And somewhere, I don't know how, my health started to improve. I became more calm. My anger was fading away. And a lot of positive things happened. मुझे सीडी बाहर हो गई और फिर कुछ जो मुझे अगर कोई वर्ड समझ में नहीं आते मैं गूगल करता समझता तो मेरा इंटरेस्ट टुवर्ड्स इंडियन एपिक स्टार्टेड अराउंड दैट टाइम. Then around 2013 it started around that time, and then I started reading a lot of articles, a lot of books. I don't know why, it just got day by day I started getting attracted towards Indian epics. And one day, one night actually, I got up with the thought, get into Indian epics. You can call it calling, you can call it, subconscious, you can, whatever you want to call it, you can call it very filmy also, but I got up and thought, and then the best part was I told my wife at night, I woke her up and I said, मुझे पता चल गया मुझे क्या करना है. And I was very happy, because I could feel that my 3 years of thought process, frustration, time, investment, energy, because, when you're not working, your confidence is not there. You don't know how to interact with people. Because logically the person will ask you, आपका नाम क्या और आप काम क्या करते हो? नाम तो था, but उसके काम क्या करते हो? तो खाली दिखावा कर रहा हो. I was basically under, like disguised employment. So my confidence was also low. And then I told, and since he asked, क्या करना है? I said, I want to specialize into Indian epics. I want to, share the knowledge of Indian epics. She said, on a lighter note, she said, Rishi, तेरा तो मैं नहीं सुनती हूँ, तेरा कौन सुनेगा? So I said, वो अलग बात है, वो हस्बैंड एंड वाइफ के बीच में है. वो आई एम श्योर बड़े बड़े स्पीकर्स की वाइफ भी उनका नहीं सुनती होगी. बट आई सेड आई रियली वांट टू डू इट. She said, "Are you sure?" Mala, yes, I'm sure. Because earlier I toyed with some ideas. ये करना है, वो करना है. But as I said, I used to sleep over my decision, and I never got that kick. I never got that feeling. I was never that high on energy कि मुझे यही करना है. So over here I said नहीं, यही करना है. And one thing she told me is कि कल जब तू पापा को बताएगा मुझे सामने बताना, because she like अभी बहुत entertainment होने वाला है.
Definitely, because it's been like what, 2 years, you've been out of job, and then one day you come out and you tell your family that you're going to pursue your career in Indian epics, and normal traditional Indian families are not going to take that on a lighter note, right? Because it's going to be very difficult for them to accept that. So how difficult was it to convince the family, and how did you convince them that you were going to pursue something related to Indian epics, and how did your family take that?
So next day when I told my dad, that I want to get into Indian epics, he thought ये तो गया, ये तो मतलब पहले काम भी नहीं कर रहा था, अभी तो ये मतलब प्रभु के नाम बातें कर रहा है, ये क्या कर रहा है, समझ में. He told my wife, कि बेटा ये साधु बन जाएगा. मैं तो सच्ची बोल रहा हूँ. It is I don't know what to say. He was actually speechless. They were shocked because मतलब मेरा बचपन में भी कभी ऐसे नहीं था. जैसे I'm sure आपने किसी लाखों इंडियंस ने स्पेशली महाभारत बी आर चोपड़ा की देखी, रामानंद सागर की आपने रामायण देखी हो, या फिर उनका विष्णु पुराण देखा, या श्री कृष्णा देखा. तो मैं भी बचपन में देखता था, बट ऐसा कोई मेरा इंटरेस्ट नहीं था कि मुझे बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग लगा या मुझे पढ़ना चाहिए कुछ, मुझे ऐसा कुछ कभी खास था नहीं. एंड देन माय डैड आस्क्ड मी अनदर क्वेश्चन कि व्हाट डू यू वांट टू डू विद इंडियन एपिक्स. I said, I don't, as of now, I don't have that clarity, but I'm sure I want to do something with Indian epics. I want to share the learnings. So he said, okay, fair enough. So next logical question he asked me, so now you're aware what you do after 3 years. I said, yes, I'm 100% aware of what I want to do. He said, तो पैसे कब आएंगे? तो I said, 1 साल के बाद आएंगे. He's like, what are you saying? He said, तूने बोला कि तो तू 1 साल क्या करने वाला है? I said, मैं सीखूंगा. He said, पर अभी तूने बोला तो सिखाएगा. मैं पहले सीखूंगा फिर मैं सिखाऊंगा ना, मुझे सीखना भी तो पड़ेगा. He's like, and what if after 1 year it doesn't come? This is the first time I'm telling you, Dad, I'm sure I'm going to pull it off, and I'm 100% sure I'll do it. Now, this is the first time, I'm not seeking permission from anyone in the family, but I'm informing you, this is what I want to do. And I think somewhere he saw that conviction in me that moment, because for 3 years there was mounting of pressure and everything. And I was never so convinced that I looked into his eyes and said that for the first time in my life, I'm not, asking you, but I'm telling you what I want to do. So, so I'm pretty much sure. Then 1 year again, I didn't work, honestly. I read a lot of books. I interacted with a lot of people. I read concise version of Shiv Puran, Vishnu Puran, Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, multiple, of organizations, multiple books of Ramayana, various versions of Mahabharata, because I was sure that probably I'll get one chance. And, if I don't deliver on that one chance, that I'll not get another chance. Because Bhagavad Gita में बहुत beautiful line है. What is the reward for good work? So a lot of people say money, promotion, growth, but in Bhagavad Gita it's mentioned that the reward for good work is more work. So if you're doing a good job, people will give you more work. If you are not doing a good job, people will probably not give you work. So I thought that let's stick to let's try to implement the learnings as well rather than just becoming a preacher. And then 1 year I prepared a lot of modules. Like Siddharth, I'm sure grandparents, parents, everyone gives a lot of good advices to their children. So one of the advice that I ever got, I got many advices from my grandfather. He's been really inspiring for me, and he's got a lot of what do you call them?
घरेलू वो नुस्खे और वो घरेलू जो the old school the old school learnings that they have.
Correct. So absolutely high influence, my grandfather has on me. And when we got married, Mehak and I he told me very clearly at that time that beta, agar tu duniya ko jeetna chahta hai na, to pehle bedroom ko set kar lena. Ensure that your bedroom is set, your family is set, because if you have the support of your family, if you've got support of your wife now, you can do whatever you want in this world. But if you're trying to win the world, and there are issues at your home, probably you'll do nothing in life because you're totally devastated and you'll be torn apart. So first thing for me was very, very important was to ensure that my wife, my family believes at least in what I do. But it was a challenge. It was really a challenge because अगर आज आप भी 30 साल के हो जाओगे, 35 साल के हो गए, आप बोलेगे कि मुझे अब जाके राम खाना है, तो इंडिया में सबको लगता है प्रवचन है जो 60-70 साल के लोगों को करना चाहिए. This is what I've got a feeling.
I cannot even imagine, like, for example, 5 years down the line, if I'm like even thinking of doing something like this, and if I come back home and I'm telling them, this is something that I want to do with my life, I cannot imagine.
Correct.
You're telling me your story and I'm just, my heart is in my mouth. Like, how did this guy do this? It must have been such a difficult thing to do, right? To just let your feelings out and, true emotions in front of your family and, just be vulnerable, right? In that moment.
Correct.
And
correct.
Yeah, I mean, it's very difficult. So I understand that, you, like you told your family that you were going to do, something in Indian epics. And then 1 year you spent time learning about reading stuff. Then when did it all start? Like, when did you start teaching people? When did the corporate training start? And when did you get your first break? Like, how did you get that?
So what happened after that was, so then we prepared a lot of modules. We genuinely prepared a lot of modules and we started working on it. But then I started approaching corporates in 2015. But then they thought that, yaar, ye to, religious hai, ye to Hindu movement lag raha hai, ye pata nahi kya hai. And I honestly never thought on those aspects. And it backfired. It backfired really badly, मतलब मुझे appointments नहीं देते थे corporate, मतलब मुझे बोलते थे नहीं यार हम लोग ये सब नहीं करते हैं, we are like secular and all those things were taking place. So it was a very tough phase for me. But then one of my college friend, Abhinav Srivastav, he gave me a nice advice. He said, Rishi, kaam kar. Why don't you design soft skills or behavioral skills modules, because they could be, you read any, it could be Bhagavad Gita, it could be Quran, it could be Bible, it could be Granth, it could be, any religious book that you read, if I can use the term. So उसमें होता क्या कि आपको कई सारी चीजें समझ में आ जाती है. He said, then why don't you please, design on decision making, negotiation, conflict management, team building, all those things, and just stick to the Western model. Don't even do anything related to Indian epics. And the moment you get entry into a corporate, and then probably once the corporate has got confidence, then probably you can start using as examples. And then eventually the corporate has to have confidence on you that Rishi is not going to get onto the religious zone. He's going to stick to the story. He said, because over here, a lot of trust involved on that HR person, to give you that platform. It will not happen overnight. The best advice I got at that time. So 2015 is when I had to push myself as a behavioral and a soft skill trainer. But I was very clear within 2-3 years I have to get into Indian Epics full fledged. And then we started getting a lot of work into a lot of corporates. And then after I settled down in corporates or those trainings, then I started using examples, little bit of examples in negotiation. It could be of Krishna, in team management of Rama, Krishna, all those things. And then people started to like it. They started to give me feedback. So the feedback form used to have that, the training was good, but the best was your Indian Epic example. The best was the decoding that you did. And we used to collect and we used to read and we used to mark. And then honestly, we realized that 63% people like what we are saying. And it's not that the other 37% people don't like it, but they've not mentioned it. So there was no negative comment that we had. And it was from across from all religion. And that is where we started gaining confidence. And then one of my client, they were doing a fest where the trainers can come and deliver for half a day of a topic of the choice that they want. And I told the client, please give me an opportunity over here. It's just half a day. You can sit. If you think I'm going anywhere wrong, you can please stop me in between, and we'll call it off. And I'll probably not work with you again. So that's the risk I'm ready to take. And she was very sweet. She said, okay, fair enough, ek mauka deke dekhti hu. So 2017 is when I got my first opportunity, proper session on Indian Epics. And that was a leadership lesson from Indian Epics. And then after that, grace of God, it's been an amazing ride since 2018 and 2019 onwards. It is just 2018 was like, it was just amazing. I think post Diwali, it was just then people started to call, people started to send their children to us, people started to call us for talks, people, even senior citizens started to call us. So then the life changed completely. A lot of people actually, in fact, my trainer friends also told me, don't promote yourself as an Indian Epic. You might not get work. I think in India, now, people actually look at you as the person who's standing in front of you. That's my understanding. So what I do is, Siddharth, every session starts with one disclaimer. Every session of Epics, that I always say that I'm not promoting the religion thought process, religion belief. It is just for understanding expression purpose. You believe Rama exists, Rama exists. You believe Rama does not exist, Rama does not exist. Whatever you believe stands true. I believe Rama exists. In case you believe Rama does not exist, I'm sure we both can coexist. There's a very beautiful story called Ramayana, and there are learnings from it. Let's focus on the learning rather than the religious part of it. And trust me, this line has helped me a lot. We go to a college in Pune every year, my wife and I, and we train 1,000 students on Mahabharata. Other religion people, HR people have hired us because we stick to the learning. We stick to the story, we stick to the learning. We never go to the zone of, say, Jai Shri Ram, Ganpati Bappa Moria, Jai Hanuman. We don't do that because we understand that every religion has got their understanding, has got their belief, has got their faith. We respect yours, and we never cross that line. And probably I think that's what clicked with us, and people listen to us. So now I'm also part of an interfaith international discussion that takes place, HWPL. We recently also did a charity fundraising also for one of our friends' dad who was hospitalized. So all these things are helping us, Earlier, I used to spam people's WhatsApp messages. You'll not believe, sending them a message of, a quote from Rama, a quote. But then one of my friends, Cheryl, said that, Rishi, you're becoming a spammer. You have to find an alternate that people don't dislike you. Because I was literally forcing my cousins, my relatives, and, they'll be sweet. They'll not tell me, but I'm sure, they will not like it also. So then we started forming groups.
I think that also works against you, because when I remember, like when we had that first conversation, right, you were telling me that, okay, you are a spiritualist and you're talking about the Indian Epics, and back of my mind was like, yaar, ye hai na, ye religion ke baare mein baat karenge and stuff like that. And
correct.
What happens is when the word religion comes in, right, then people will stop paying attention to it. Like when you get on the stage and if you tell them like, aaj main is religion ke baare mein baat karne wala hu, then people will not pay attention to you because there's an inbuilt, I don't know, like in our generation specifically, there's this inbuilt thing that, I don't want to know anything about religion. Okay, like Gita, Quran, I think it's useless for me. Like, there's nothing for me out there. But if a guy in a t-shirt and a pant comes in front of me, and then he is telling me that, forget about it, okay? Forget about the religion, forget about everything. I'm going to tell you a story.
Correct.
And then you decide whether you want to learn from it or not. That appeals to me.
Correct.
So,
So just to add what you said, just to add to what you said, yeah. So what happened is that so when we take a corporate session, which is based on behavioral aspect, leadership and all, I always wear a shirt, a trouser, proper blazer and all. But when I have to take a Indian Epic training, now I'm very very careful about it. I always wear a jeans and a shirt because, as you rightly said, then people feel ये बुढ़ा तो एक तो मेरा नाम ऋषि अभी रामायण के ऊपर बात कर ऋषि मिस्टी और मैं आता हूँ स्टेज पे तो लोगों का रिएक्शन देख के लगता है they were expecting some baba to come, but here I'm standing in a t-shirt and a jeans, and then they feel okay, let's talk. And just to add to what you said, if I tell you, if I could, a lot of time people ask what is the difference between a spiritual learning and a religious learning, उसमें difference क्या होता है? Because कई लोगों को similar लगता है, अलग लगता है. So obviously, there's a detailed discussion next time we can have on it. But just to highlight, so I can always give the example to people. So if I tell you, Siddharth, that there is no light at the end of the tunnel, the light is within you. Ignite yourself and the darkness will go away. Now, this is the spiritual learning. But if I tell you, or this is like let's say this is a normal learning, But if I tell you that, Siddharth, there is no light at the end of the tunnel, the light is within you, ignite the light within you, and the darkness will go away. Now, this is as per Bhagavad Gita, so and so. Now, the term Bhagavad Gita makes it religious. Now, I've realized that people want solution. Probably they don't want to know the source. उनको सोच से लेना देना ही नहीं है. मेरे को एक तकलीफ है, मेरी तकलीफ का तुम solution दो. So we also do a lot of counseling also, we don't get that amount of time, to be honest, but when we do, there are a lot of people who come who went out because they have got relationship problem, they've got some internal mental issues they have and all. We talk to people and we genuinely give them a lot of references, but we don't tell them इसका source क्या है, because कई बार होता है source बोलो अरे नहीं यार मुझे ये सब मत बता, it has happened with us, but then we tell them and then they're okay, they're happy and they're back to good health, and then we tell them, by the way, ये सब भगवत गीता का था या ये इधर का था, ये इधर मतलब मैं उनको इसके लिए पहले बता देता हूँ. वो जब कन्विंस हो जाते हैं फिर मैं कभी कभी मैं सोर्स बताता हूँ. एंड इट्स नॉट दैट आई एम प्रमोटिंग अ रिलीजन एट टाइम. आई एम टॉकिंग काउंसलिंग, आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग द कॉर्पोरेट. वी आर नॉट प्रमोटिंग इट, बट you don't look down to those books at least. So it's because I'm ignorant. But that doesn't mean the books are bad. People are, as you rightly said, they want a Gen X guy or a Gen Z. I don't know what Gen is going on right now. So that person standing and talking.
You have to be as per the consumer, right? Consumer is king. So apart from the training and the corporate training and like you're covering everything, kids, senior citizens, corporates, NGOs, everything. But apart from that, you've also written a book. You've written a book which is called Break Your Leadership Chakravyuh. So, how did you write the book? When did you get the idea that, let's write a book, and what is the book about? Tell us something about that. Like, how did that work out for you?
So this book, Break Your Leadership Chakravyuh, I've co-authored with my wife, Mehak Mahajan. We both have written it together. Now, over here, I always say the power of feedback. This is genuinely, honestly, Siddharth, that we should write a book. To be honest, I'll be absolutely honest. We never had that, thought also. But then a lot of people, when they're interacting, so therefore I said 2018 was an amazing journey that we have, So 2018, 17, all of that, 18 on specifically, people started to say, after the session, sir, आपने जो बोला हम किधर पढ़ सकते हैं क्या? Because it's beautiful. Can you write something more in detail? Can you share something more? And we said, no, I don't have anything to share. There's no written material. And I didn't have a proper website at that time, nothing. So I had some YouTube videos that I made at home, So the content was good, but the quality was not that great. But still, people, I don't know, Grace of God loved it. But then 2018, we started to get this very regularly, start May. And by the time, I told my wife, if people are telling us, I think, let's give it a shot. Let's try to write a book. Now, what happened in our case, Siddharth, one of my reader, who was also one of my participants, he read my book and he called me and said, बोलता ऋषि सर पता आपको आपकी बुक और दूसरों की बुक्स में डिफरेंस क्या है? मैंने I don't know. I genuinely don't know. He said that, a lot of time people will write the book and then they will speak about the book or the content of the book.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, in your case, what has happened is you have delivered this content for 3 years and now you've translated it into a book. So your book is simple to understand. It's precise. It's cut to cut. It's refined. We can actually relate to it, what you're saying. And, it's in a very simple manner, you've captured the story and the learning, and you've left it at such a point that, people can also visualize more learning about it. So over there, it took us, I think, 8-9 months to write the book, write the get it entire aligned and all. It was like, and over there, my schedule was also tough. So I used to get up like 4 a.m, write down a book, and then my wife used to write it down, then we used to read, and all. It was really crazy at time.
Wow.
So we hardly slept. I get for like 4-5 hours in a day. and we were working on that book. And I think it was, if I'm not wrong, I'll have to get the figure correct from my wife, but if I'm not wrong, I think it was this 19th or the 20th draft that both of us approved. Okay, now this is a decent book to publish.
Wow.
We are not sure how, but we actually went through 19, this change, this story, this everything. So it was really, really a task. And then we got and then we empaneled with Notion Press, and in 2019, January, we launched the book. So my mom's birthday was on January 17th, and we launched on January 19th. And so what happens is, my mom told me while we were going towards launching the book, we did a Bandra. She said that, Rishi, of all the gifts I've ever gotten in my life now, you both have given me the best gift. But this is never I even imagined that my children will ever do this. I've attended a lot of sessions, but I've never been a host where of the person, who has launched a book. So I think that summed up my entire journey that day,
Your parents must have been what a journey they have witnessed, right? Like from a time when you were just frustrated to now when you've achieved it. So your parents must have been really proud of you.
Yeah. And I always tell people, you've been kind enough to, interact with me. A couple of months back, there was someone else, who said that, you would like to interact. And those are pre-COVID. So, they had come down at home and they were recording. And they said that, what has been your biggest learning till now? And my parents were sitting there behind the camera. My family was sitting there. And I said that success changes everyone, including your parents.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
I said success changes everyone, including your parents. I said it's not that they hated me or they didn't love me or they didn't care for me. Obviously, they were pushing me. They were also feeling sad the way I was struggling to figure it out. I said, but what happens is, when things go the way you believe, and after the struggle, the parents also find a lot of happiness in that, and it's not that their treatment changed towards me, but somewhere apart from the love, so it's that they feel proud. I've been, God has been really kind. There have been so many occasions in the last 1 year where my parents have accompanied me and had tears in their eyes. And I think for me, that is the best thing that I could have ever done, and they've just hugged me and they said, Rishi, thank you. I think, this is the best that we could have done. So I think somewhere, it changes the bond, it changes the relationship, it changes the connect also. And somewhere the respect changes. And, they are also confident that we are not there, this guy will still pull it off. The family will be there together. And it's the same for my elder brother and younger brother. They're doing brilliant in what they are doing. So I think for a parent to see their child successful, I think that is the best thing for a parent, So they are at peace, I think, they're at peace. So they know that we will be full of the family later on at least.
Yeah, it must have been an amazing moment for them, like just seeing you on the stage and then, releasing your book and whatever you're doing now. I mean, because I think when you have those sad moments in your life, you also know that, that sad moments someday you're going to be very happy because the sadness is met with intense happiness. So
correct.
I think we are grateful to live sad moments, right? We're grateful to live through pain. So, you have had an amazing journey. And how, one of my questions is like, how do you tell such a great story? Like, is it in your genes or is it something you learned over time? You are an amazing storyteller, because I can tell you, I'm pumped up right now talking to you. So what is it like? Is it a inbuilt thing or is it something you developed over time? How are you such an incredible storyteller?
So thank you for the kind words, but I'm not sure how to comment on that. But how did I become? I'll tell you. So when I thought that I'm ready to face the corporate, or I'm ready to face an audience. So at that moment, what I did, I called a couple of my friends and cousins, and I told them that I'm going to give you a presentation. Write down all the points that you feel I need to improve. It could be pace, it could be pitch, it could be accent, it could be pronunciation, it could be PPT, it could be anything. You need write it down. And you also need to tell me if I was able to capture your thoughts on it. And after 15 minutes, one of my cousin sister told me, "Bhaiya, ek aur page milega." Mela, "Behan, piche likh de." Okay, "Bhaiya, ho gaya." So she said, "Ho gaya, likh ke." After 15 minutes mein, I said, okay. And after the 6 hours, they gave me a lot of points. They gave me a lot of points. And I think it was like roughly around 78 or 80 points that they've given me.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm really serious. I'm really serious because I was sure that I'll get one chance. I'll get one chance and I cannot screw on that chance. I cannot screw on that opportunity. So then what I did is that, I then worked on those aspects. And I think that, honestly, anyone wants to be a good storyteller. You should share stories telling to your children. अगर आप बच्चों को अगर आपने उनके माइंड को पकड़ लिया ना तो आप किसी को भी पकड़ सकते हो because they are like a monkey head, they're moving here and there. And initially my daughter used to hate what I used to tell. बोलती कैसी stories है क्या बोल रहे हो? But then later on she said that And now she tells me, you know, believe 2 months back she told now because of lockdown I'm saying, she's saying, Papa मेरे को आपका जॉब बहुत अच्छा लगता है. बोला अच्छा क्या अच्छा लगता है? बोला फुल डे बैठे रहते हो, कहानियां बोलते रहते हो, लोग सुनते रहते हैं. बोले कितना अच्छा है ना, बस आप सुबह उठते हो, लैपटॉप खोलते हो, कहानियां बोलते हो, आपका तो काम हो गया. बोला हाँ बस बेटा मेरा यही काम है, बस लैपटॉप को तो कहानियां बोलता हूँ. But the point is, I genuinely had to work a lot on it. I also believe one thing, you know, so that if, and I'm sure, you know, you must have heard the following statement a lot. If you're passionate about it now, you will find a way. Where there's a will, there's a way, something like that. I took a lot of feedback from a lot of people. आपको क्या क्या अच्छा नहीं लगा. Today also I take क्या अच्छा लगा, क्या अच्छा नहीं लगा, because I think it is only the feedback that tells us, you know, where we need to improve. A lot of time people don't like to take, but now also even after every session I'll text my client, you know, they'll say, okay, you know, you got this great. But about any scope of improvement, anywhere I need to, you know, and if they say no, so I actually feel disappointed. But if they say yes, you know, this, I really feel good about it, because otherwise, how will I grow? You know, how will I grow? How will anyone grow if they're getting a feedback? So for me, the feedback mechanism is really important. So I probably, you know, I will not implement whatever they say, because I got my own experience, own skill set, own knowledge, own ideas, you know, but I will never ever disregard a feedback. You know, the people who are listening, I would always say, if you're married, if you ever want to know where you have to improve, now always seek feedback from your wife, because your wife will rip you apart. But what happens is, this is my firm belief, Siddharth, that is my firm belief, no wife will want their husband to look stupid in front of the world. You know, my mother will pamper me. My mother will still sugarcoat me. कि मेरा बच्चा है, मेरा बेटा है, मेहनत कर रहा है, ये कर रहा है. Wife will be cutthroat. And I think whenever I need a, you know, feedback, I always check with my wife. I genuinely check with her. If she will tell me, na Rishi, that this module is not good, that's it. This module is not good for me. But if she will tell me this module is good enough now, then it's a good enough module. Because why would my wife want me to look stupid in front of the world? Why would she want me to make mistakes outside? So I genuinely seek feedback from her. मैं सबका सुनूंगा, बट एंड में अगर होता है ना कि किसका अगर एक जन का मानना होता, तो probably, you know, it could be a tie between my family members, but it will be my wife. I'll pick her that. Whatever she says, I'll go by it, you know. Probably I will also overrule my thought process at time, because I understand that she's coming from a different perspective. You know, I would be in love with my idea, my presentation, but if she says, Rishi, there's no connect now, so there's no connect. And all the presentation I now also, you know, I make it to my children. I show them the PPT, I show them the flow, I share the stories. So it's every session, you know, it could be the same break your Chakravyuh session I would have done like 100 times, but before every session I'll sit with them, we'll look, you know, because whatever I've learned yesterday I have to implement today also. Now with this conversation, I'm learning a couple of things, you know, you'll give me feedback later, I'll again implement it, you know, in the next session. क्योंकि अगर मैं same चीज deliver करते जाऊंगा तो बोर रहेगा. My no to presentations will always ever be the same. Never. It will never happen. Either the slide will change, either a little bit content will change, either the graphics will change. Because if I deliver the same thing ना, मेरा खुद का ही passion खत्म हो जाएगा, मैं खुद ही बोर हो जाऊंगा. तो मुझे खुद को भी, you know, freshness चाहिए. So that is my principle, that, you know, whatever, like, you know, I'm in middle of doing Break Your Leadership Chakravyuh for right now for a Fortune 500 company. We're doing 24 sessions for them, and every evening we have a session with them, and every evening we'll add something or the other. So overall the content, the structure will remain, but the delivery style has to change. Otherwise 24 तक तो मैं ही बोर हो जाऊंगा, मैं खुद ही आंख बंद करके डिलीवर कर दूंगा. So that is one thing that I have in mind.
It's wow, man. I'm out of words. I mean, what you really are, it's amazing. What your thought process is, I'm just amazed. You know, I'm not saying it just for the sake of it, but I truly am amazed with your personality and your thought process. And are you in marriage counseling as well?
Yeah. So honestly, grace of God, you know, professionally we don't charge them, and we don't even intend to do that as of now. But there have been a couple of people who have connected with us. Some people are unknown to us, and they have shared their issues, and God has been kind that God chose us to speak to them, and a lot of the issues have got solved. A couple of divorces have been saved. Because as I was saying earlier, you know, when we started Nasida, there was not even a single person who believed in us. To be honest, you know, some friends who genuinely, but वो friends के तो friends होते कि भाई तू कर हम है, but they did not even understand what I wanted to do, you know, but they were very supportive. But today, honestly, we got like 5 WhatsApp group. We got more than 1,000 participants who have volunteered to add to our group. We share, you know, stuff with them. There are so many connects across various social media. Overall, 15 to 8,000 connects we have. Now the tribe has grown. Now a lot of people refer us. Now a lot of people also teach us. We learn from them also. So a lot of things keep on happening. And all from those participants now, A lot of time people come and say that, we got a lot of personal problem. Till date, we have never charged them. We just charge them like a 1 rupee or 10 rupee, something like this, as an energy exchange. Because my mother always said कि अगर कोई दुखी है ना, उसका दुख दूर कर दे, उससे पैसे मत ले. पैसा लेना बहुत आसान है, but तू पैसा भगवान देगा, तो उसकी चिंता मत कर. So we don't charge them, but yeah, we do that. So
Wow.
There will be. Yeah, and a lot of times we also had people, who couldn't accept that they're family members. So a lot of people who call us, and they just call us, they said, Rishi, we have read your post and all. And I've probably never met them in their life. I've never interacted with them, but they connect with me and they say, okay, I just feel that you can help us out. And then we have a long chat, and somehow, somewhere they get the peace, and even we get a peace. And jab nahi hota, to we always, try to be in touch with them, because they're asking us a question. And if I don't have the answer, that is my learning area. So we genuinely do that. But but we don't publicize much about it.
Wow. The conversation we just had it's the first time that, I normally, I keep a set of questions in front of me, but in this, I've just kept it away. Like, there's no script here, and I was just, fully in the conversation. I had an amazing time talking to you. You such a great personality. There's something about you, like I cannot pinpoint, but you have this energy that is contagious. I can feel your energy when I'm talking to you. So just keep doing this amazing work that you're doing. I wish you all the best for everything that you undertake. You've already, achieved a lot, and there's a lot of other milestones that you will achieve in the future.
Before we close, I'd just like to say one line, where I use the line everywhere, whenever interaction we have. कान्हा की कृपा से मेरा सब काम हो रहा है, करते हो आप लोग, बस नाम मेरा हो रहा है. It's a reality. It takes hundreds of people to, like you also already, take this interview. So it was your input, and probably, then my name also gets associated. So it's everyone who helps. I genuinely feel जब आपको 100-200 लोग help करते हैं ना, तब जाके एक आदमी successful होता है. And it's just the grace of God Almighty, blessings, wishes, and support that we get from people, like you, our parents, family, and all. So I always say I am just the face of the, people who are supporting me. There are a lot of people who are at my back who help me, and like my family, especially, they have stood rock solid. My wife, I don't think so I would have ever done this, without her. And coincidentally, just to share, her birthday and my birthday are also the same, just a year difference. So हम लोग को जनता we are soulmates, same day पे born हुए हैं. And so, it's just a coincidence, but yeah. So thank you so much, Siddharth, for the wonderful talk, wonderful chat. I also revisited quite a few memories, and yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Thanks.
It was a pleasure having you, and you are incredibly modest, because it's all you, because it's the major of the hard work is done by you. You witnessed that phase in your life. So thanks for coming on the show, and probably, I would love to catch up with you in person someday.
Definitely we'll catch up. 2021 is the target, I guess. Post-COVID.
Yeah.
But we'll catch up soon.
Thank
you.
All right. So that does it for this edition of Vyapar. People who want to find more about Rishi, I'll keep the links in the description, the website. Rishi also has a lot of courses that you can take, the book. So I'll keep everything in the description. You can find that out. That's it for this week, guys. See you next week. Thank you.
Thank you.